Trile versus the Sog. I think it says Toa there. Yep. That's all good. So we're getting right into it. Rough matchup for Ken. Obviously, having to approach Min sucks, not having a way to counter zone. And you've got to approach with a 45-degree. Strength for Ken, weakness for Min. But that approach is still so rough, and that recovery even rougher. Trile already getting edge guarded early on in this game. Recovering too horizontally. Oh my goodness. Down throw dare into down throw dare into DP. Triple D. I know something about that. This is going to be so. What we're seeing makes sense. Trile after able to put on some good like a lot of quick damage versus a character like Min that doesn't have a lot of combo escape. But being forced off the ledge, so difficult to contend with as Ken. All right, and a strong F smash is going to do it right now. All right, not quite finding the not quite finding the other upbeat that he wanted, but still able to take the stock all the same. The Sog fighting himself up over a stock. Super rough situation for Ken because now you're extra incentivized to approach. Min can play the long game. Ken can't as much. Trile finding his way in with a proper stall and an aerial, connecting the jab lock with the Hadouken. We might start to see a lot more damage coming out, but unfortunately the recovery is a bit rough there. Game number 1 going to Lasag in a relatively quick fashion, all things considered. Maybe just like feeling a lot of urgency to immediately recover rather than stall. It is hard to stall versus Min for sure, and especially as Ken, where you're so vulnerable and can't contest anything that Min throws at you off stage. Yeah, Trile closing his eyes a bit, refocusing, possibly finding himself in this game number 2. And he's gonna have to look for it. The Sog game plan very strong so far. Walk right out of Ken's range, ensure that the run and nairs don't happen. Make sure you get your 1-2s until Ken techs, and from then on, it is just a lot of rinse and repeat, principal zoning and spacing. Ken going to have to find a way to deal with the tech chase scenarios and dealing with Min-Min's, like, getting in on Min-Min aerial-wise. So far, much less rough in terms of, like, just numerically overall, but still catching that F-smash at ledge. Trile may be able to find more of a, maybe able to find a stock sooner than he did in the last game, clean up the deficit. But either way, he's going to have to get in on the Sog first, who is so far just able to out air to air Ken more or less, but cannot out scrap. Trile finding a really strong up tilt to DP. Specifically notice that the DP went the other way that Ken was facing. This is because in order to prevent fallouts, a lot of Ken's players will mix up the direction of the DP, able to coverage and ensure that you get a kill. Find the bear with the follow pressure. And this is a very close game. Able to get the spot dodge with that pivot grab. Very smart stuff. Whoop. Great weight, but not quite going to get anything for his trouble. Both these players keeping it much more even than this last game. Trile just able to get so much more off the pressure from the few openings he's able to find versus Go Min. Just gonna have to cover ledge properly, and he does. The 1-2 is going to beat out that ledge roll, but Trile answering in kind with a confirm into the DP. 1-2s over and over again. This really, really hurts. Like, this is a position where in some cases you just have to accept damage. Once you get to the ledge, you have a little bit more agency, and we see that right here. Trile starting to pick up a lot more damage, 42%, really strong conversions, but still going to find himself off stage again. He can't be too careful. Nice use, especially just using that focus to mix up that single hit of armor. So valuable in able to be breaking through the wall, especially during Minmin's long sword-like animations on the arms. Not quite finding the tech chase that he wanted with the Dragon Fang shot, but still baiting in the jump in there, as I've said, with the Megawatt. And that is going to put Sog up 2-0. Really tough spot for Trile, but we have seen these comebacks happen in this bracket. Just an update. Lasog did beat Swifter 3-0 with Corn, so we are seeing a very warm Lasog right now. Going into this game 3, nothing changes. Same set, same scene, same people. Let's do this. The difference between Game 1 and Game 2 was fairly vast. We could see a whole different Game 3 for sure, but either way, Trile going to have to push his advantage further and make sure that those mix-ups off of ledge are as tight as they can possibly be. Right now, getting into it, both players that are relative at the orange percents, roughly. That's about when you become at risk for cheese, but you're not quite going to guaranteed die to anything. All right, fighting the back throw. This charges Dragon Fang. Possibly vital situation for Trile, but he's going to recover high and sneak his way around it. Dragon Fang has not been deactivated yet, meaning that is still a very big risk for offstage and tech chase. But right now, fighting his way back, able to get the short U to ledge. The problem is all these straight hits sending him so far, forcing him back off stage again. Even if he's got the right idea about what could work for pressure, still not quite able to find his mark. Looking for that shield break, like he got on Montrose, was able to put on, was able to close a stock early for him, but not quite finding it here. Lasog's been able to manage that resource very healthy, and Lasog actually finding that first stock there. All right, so far just poking him, trying to trap him on that platform, but Eric fighting his way not only off that platform, but into a down tilt, which does confirm into the up B. Strong DP going to kill Minmin at over 100 makes a lot of sense. Not quite going to kill with the other Dragon Fang. But slowly this skip is happening. It took the jump, and that does mean Trile is forced to recover too low. Dying. This is his tournament stock. So much is going to have to change here from him. With the 1-2s, the more this passive damage build, the more incentive there is to approach. And we're seeing it here, successful approach for Trile, able to put on a good 40%. Not too bad, still going to have to make up a lot more. Yep, beating the charge with the Nair, showing awareness. Minmin is locked in during that charge in a lot of cases, and has a while before it can throw out another arm. All right, good read at the ledge, trying to find another defensive option to exploit so that he can get the down tilt up B that will kill. But in the meantime, sort of in a pressure phase, both players scrambling a little bit. Trile is going to be the winner of that interaction. Finding the down tilt DP, not at all out of the realm of possibility for him. He is at 78% and climbing, but that doesn't have to be the end. So far, Trile looking for a way in. We are seeing the focus. This is going to be very tough to come back from, especially just because Minmin is no percent of the board. You've got to win neutral at least 3 times versus this character. However, well, are we going to see the dare? Not quite. Lasog showing the awareness to not DI in and get hit by that. But the rising Ram going to put a threat to Trile's safety. Slowly being pushed off. Not quite going to find a kill there. Maybe should have stuck with Ram to cover the low angle, but either way, this is not, this game is not over yet at all. Looking for the Megawatt and finding it. The rising Megawatt is going to do it. Trile at 2 higher percent to recover. Really strong showing. That is going to put us in the set 4 grand finals.